Hi, and thank you for joining us today for this Vinyasa Flow practice for the entire chakra system, working from root to crown. Introducing a Vinyasa Flow that focuses attention on each particular chakra as we move through the body. I would say this would be an intermediate practice simply because of some of the postures that I'm introducing into the flow. There are some inversions, but you can, of course, take any modification for yourself. There is a headstand, a shoulder stand. There's also some standing balances in the flow. Again, always choosing a modification that works for you on the day. But I do hope you enjoy this one. This one is about a 30-minute Vinyasa Flow practice, including some sun salutations to start off and warm up with. So let me know how you get on in the comments, and let's start at the top of our mat in Sukhasana, seated posture.
You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
Begin in seated. Just taking a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. You can always sit on a block or sit on your mat in cross-legged or butterfly, sitting nice and tall with a long spine. The shoulders are relaxed away from the ears and the facial expression is soft and relaxed. Take our Prithvi mudra. That's the thumb pressing lightly against the ring finger. The other three fingers are outstretched. Wrists are relaxed. Elbows are soft. And you come to a steady breathe. Breathing in and out of the nostrils, just centering yourself for practice. And taking the practice as it comes to you today, in this present moment. Having no expectations, no judgment, and no criticisms. Enjoying the flow. Breathing in all the way to the crown of your head, above and beyond. And breathing out, traveling all the way down the spine to the root, into the earth. Relaxing, letting go of tightness and tension as you breathe out. So finding that breath up and down your spinal column. And imagining here the 7 chakras from root to crown. Slowly release the mudra. Wiggle the fingers, bring some movement back into the wrists, circling one way and the other, and then circling through the shoulders, breathing in, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, breathing out, circling back. Taking the practice as it comes to you today and choosing or making any modifications as you need to, coming into tabletop position, bringing the legs back behind you, wrists underneath the shoulders, just swaying the hips out from side to side here. And taking a few rounds of cat and cow just to mobilize the spine once more, pressing away from the earth into your cow and breathing out, rounding into cat. This is another opportunity to close the eyes, drawing inwards towards the spine and the chakra system. And throughout our practice today, we're going to work through 3 postures in each chakra, moving through our Vinyasa Flow. And tucking the toes, keeping the knees nice and bent, just lifting up, preparing for your downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet, just taking a gaze back towards the toes, releasing one heel at a time. Starting to warm up through the back of the legs, warm up the toes, the feet. And when you're ready, nice deep exhale, releasing both heels together, pressing the chest back towards the thighs, relaxing the head and the neck. Take 1 or 2 nice, slow, long, calming, deep breaths here. If ever you need to come out of your downward facing dog in practice, please make your way to a tabletop or child's pose, but looking forward, bending into the knees and just walking the feet nice and slowly to the front of your mat. Take the feet hip width and just feel the feet starting to ground, making sure that the weight is nice and equal. Getting the belly free from the thighs, lengthening the spine and exhaling as you release into your bent leg fold. Maybe taking hold of the elbows here and just swaying from side to side, releasing through the sides of your body. And then releasing the arms, just lifting the sit bones just a little, just to feel the stretch from Achilles to sit bones. Letting the head be free. And then bending into the knees and start to roll up through the spine, really drawing the abdomen in towards the back as you roll. Last thing to come up is the crown of your head as you open the chest, shoulders, releasing into mountain pose, finding Tadasana. Fingertips reaching down towards the earth. Bringing the feet together at the front of the mat, let's come into a couple of rounds of sun salutations to get us warm. Breathing in, upward salute. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, half lift. Breathing out, step back, right leg. Take a nice low lunge here. Breathing in. Lengthen, breathe out, take it back into your downward facing dog. Breathing into plank, your choice of connecting vinyasa here, knees down or your chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Back to downward facing dog on your breath out. Looking forward, breath in, right leg comes between the hands, breath out, step forward into your fold. Breathe in, arms bring you up to standing, and breathe out. Hands come back into your heart center, repeating on the left. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend, step back left. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, choosing chaturangas, up dogs, or ground positions, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, looking forward, stepping lunge. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, arms bring you up. And exhaling, hands back into Samastiti, repeating right and left once more. Inhale, salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a high lunge here. Inhale, arms raise. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, chaturanga, knees down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg steps through. High lunge on the inhale. Exhale, step forward to fold. Inhale, arms bring you up. Exhale, hands come down. Last and final time. Inhale, salute. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, left leg this time. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, finding your connecting vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms bring you up. Exhale, hands into heart. Samastiti, find your breath. Heart rate has probably increased. And let's come into our flow. So our first few postures are working with the Muladhara chakra. We'll quickly and swiftly move into the sacral chakra and then continue up through the chakra system, solar plexus, heart, throat, ajna and crown. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back into your chaturanga connecting vinyasas choices. And take it back into your downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Breathing in and out, equal length. Preparing to come to the first flow, lifting up the right leg up and back behind you. Sweep it all the way through to meet the hands and come into warrior 2. Opening up and exhale. Bend into the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. This is your Muladhara chakra. Exhale, side angle pose. Bring yourself back through warrior to straighten the legs and opening up into triangle and reaching long and over. Take a few breaths here in triangle, really feeling grounded through the soles of the feet, through the legs, through the pelvic floor. Going to prepare to come into the sacral chakra. So breathing out, warrior 2. Stepping forward, if you've got a block handy, you can place that down. Preparing for half moon. So releasing the hand down, lifting up the back leg and choosing to place the arm onto the sacrum here or raising it up to the sky. Choosing a chapasana here, taking the hand to the foot, squeezing the foot in towards the buttock, lifting up and rotating the chest. Holding, balancing, releasing into a standing forward fold. The knee comes forward and then release the body over the legs, lifting up the sit bones and shining the sacrum to the sky. Holding for a few breaths. Coming into our solar plexus chakra or manipura, we're going to start with chair pose, sweeping the hands by the feet, lifting the arms, drawing in the abdomen. Arms might be at shoulder height here or up towards the ears. Twisted chair, hands come into the heart, left elbow comes to the right knee, and open up the heart to the side. Sitting back, stabilizing through the right foot, lifting up the left, stepping back into your twisted lunge. You can always drop that back knee down into a nice low lunge, releasing left hand down, sweeping up the right arm all the way up and back, deepening up into that twist, sinking the hips, pushing back through that back heel. And preparing to come into connecting vinyasa, stepping back into your high plank, lowering the knees, chest comes down, we're coming into the heart. So lifting up into your cobra, rolling the shoulders back and away, and pressing back to downward facing dog. Lifting up, right leg up and back behind you. Sweep it all the way round to the left side of your mat, preparing to come into a wild thing. I'm a little close to my plant here. So lifting up, opening up the heart. And then we're going to bring that leg all the way through to meet the hands. So stepping forward into your crescent lunge. Lifting up. Maybe place the palms together, lift the chest, little back bend here as you sink into the legs. From here, we're going to come into Natarajasana, dancer pose. So you're going to immediately step forward, take the back leg, and find the balance. Breathe, steady the heart rate. From here, that back leg, the shin, the foot, come down to the mat, really tighten towards the foot because you're going to go all the way onto your backs, rolling back into a knees to chest. Take a few deep breaths. From here, we move up into the throat chakra. So choosing your option. Going to move through bridge. Feet come down, hands come down. Roll up the pelvis, send the knees forward. Long neck, soft in the throat, soft in the face. Roll down, your option here, either dead bug, just lifting up the legs, or choosing your option of a shoulder stand. From shoulder stand, halasana or snail, knees come down to the forehead or to the ears. Keeping the spine nice and long, or releasing the feet back behind you. Nice and slowly release the hands, use them as brakes as you slowly roll down through the spine. The sacrum, the hips come down, and you start to draw in the abdomen and slowly lower the legs. As we move up into the third eye chakra, lifting up, coming into Paschimottanasana, releasing into your forward fold, maybe taking hold of the toes or resting the hands down. Third eye relaxes down towards the legs. Bringing yourself up with a flat back and swinging the legs around you, coming into a full prone position of crocodile. Everything is active and engaged here. Big toes touch, heels touch, and the forehead comes to the back of your hands. Coming into Sphinx pose, we're going to bring the elbows out in front of us, up onto the forearms. You can widen the feet here if you need to, dropping through the pubic bone, grounding through the hip bones, opening up the chest and shoulders, forehead, gazing forward, that intuition, insight, rolling down, pressing back, tabletop, and come to child's pose, releasing the head back down onto the forehead to the backs of the hands. So really draw insight here, inner awareness into that area just between the eyebrows. We're going to come into an inversion of headstand or rabbit. Rabbit pose is your variation, so coming up onto the crown of the head, the Sahasrara, holding onto the heels or relaxing the hands down by the side of you. If you're wishing to choose a headstand, only if that is in your practice. So maybe a headstand prep, measuring out your foundation, bringing the crown down, supporting the back of the head, tucking the toes, lifting the legs, walking the feet in. You can stay here, you can test one toe after the other, or maybe you curl up into that little egg shape and raise the hands up. This is a posture where you might wish to stay for a number of breaths. And you can, of course, do this posture against a wall. Not too much weight into the top of the head. Most of the weight is in the hands, the forearms and the elbows. Releasing down nice and slowly, relaxing back into child's pose. We'll almost finish the first side. So bringing yourself up into your downward facing dog, tucking the toes, crown of the head reaches down towards the earth. Either stepping or hopping, floating forward. Inhale into your half lift again, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, bring yourself up to standing and draw those hands down through the center line. Returning to Samastiti and returning into mountain pose. Taking a few breaths. And we're going to move to the other side. I'm going to go to the other end of my mat so that I can still face you. Hands come into the heart center. Take a moment to prepare for the second side. Sweeping the arms up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping or hopping back. Finding your chaturangas, your connecting vinyasas, and back into your downward facing dog for 3 breaths. So this time lifting up the left leg. 3-legged dog, sweep it all the way through to meet the hands, opening it up, exhaling into your warrior 2 position, inhaling, reverse warrior, exhaling, side angle pose, And inhaling, warrior, straightening through the front leg, exhaling into triangle to hold for a few breaths here. Again, right back at the beginning, root chakra, number 1, Muladhara. Feel completely grounded through the legs, completely stable. Bending through warrior 2, stepping forward, sacral chakra, finding that block, or just holding on to something, finding your hearth. Moon pose, lifting up the back leg, choosing the option of the arm either on the sacrum, and coming into Japasana, so bringing the heel in towards the buttock, opening up the knee, the thigh, the chest, and reminding yourself that we're going to take into that full forward fold, releasing the knee, releasing the leg, and exhaling into the fold. Couple of breaths. Coming into solar plexus, chair pose. Sweeping the hands by the side of the feet, lifting up. Drawing the abdomen in, lengthening the spine, reaching the sit bones back behind you. Coming into twisted chair pose, right elbow to the left knee, and making sure that those knees stay nice and level and parallel as you open up the chest to the sky. Stabilizing through the left leg, we're going to step back with the right into your twisted high lunge. You can always pop that knee down. Releasing the right arm to the mat, sweeping up the left, opening up a little bit more into the twist, dropping the hips. Preparing for connecting vinyasa. Hands come down, step it back into your high plank. So, coming up into the heart pose, chest down, hips stay high, cobra position. And press back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time, opening up the hip, releasing to the right side of your mat and opening up into wild thing. And some strong center work here to sweep that leg all the way through, lifting up, high crescent lunge. Maybe the hands meet, lifting up the chest, the heart to the sky. We're going to step forward into the Natarajasana balance. Strong. Take that back leg. Pressing the foot into the hand, reaching the left hand forward. Keep the heart nice and lifted. This back leg then crosses behind you. So you want to be kind of close to the front of your mat here. Releasing, rolling down. I'm getting hot, out of breath. Drawing the knees in, taking a moment. So we're coming from the heart into the throat chakra, Vishuddha. This is your bridge pose into your shoulder stand. So finding your variation of bridge. Maybe interlace the fingers this time. Lift up a little bit higher, rolling the shoulders underneath you. Releasing the hands, roll down through the spine, finding your variation of shoulder stand. I'm going to take a variation of dead bug here. This is okay too. Still working with the throat chakra, neck is nice and long. So finding your variation for plow or halasana, maybe that's a snail. So sweeping up the legs, the knees. I'm going to take that snail variation, forehead towards the knees, or maybe open up the knees and bring them down by the side of the ears. Slowly roll down with control. As soon as the pelvis comes down, draw the lower back downwards, draw the belly towards the lower back, and then slowly lower the legs. Lifting up, use the core, And find your forward fold. Coming into Ajna Chakra, the third eye. Exhaling, releasing. Swinging the legs around behind you. Coming all the way into your prone position. Everything is engaged. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Big toes touch, heels touch. And the third eye rests against the backs of the hands. Variation here, we're going to change to seal, so fingertips come out to the sides, pressing into the feet, lifting from the third eye. Draw the focus in, closing the eyes, breathing between the eyebrows. Roll down through the spine, press back through tabletop. We're going to come into the crown chakra, Sahasrara. So finding your variation once more of that headstand or rabbit pose, or maybe just a headstand prep. Any variations with the legs if you're in full Shashasana, or if you're in the headstand prep, maybe lifting a toe. Releasing into child's pose. Slow breaths. Crown chakra still the focus. Reaching the hands out, lifting up the hips, downward facing dog as you breathe out. And that crown chakra presses down towards the earth. All the way from the root down to the crown, through the spine. And finishing off the flow, looking forward, stepping or hopping, floating the feet. Inhale, half lift, crown chakra reaches away. Exhale, fold, breathe in. Bring yourself up to standing and exhale. The hands come down through Anjali Mudra, past the crown, past the third eye, past the throat, and resting at the heart. Take a few moments just to settle the heart rate and breathe, releasing the hands down into mountain pose, Tadasana. And I will leave you there at the end of our Vinyasa Flow through the chakra system. And you can continue with your practice, or you may wish to take a few moments in Shavasana.